Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us. What's blood for?
I'm scared to close my eyes.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Zombie, the living dead.
We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Good night, bloodsucker.
It is vampires.
I'm gonna die out here.
Good evening.
Good evening, mate.
High Fives Podcast. That was my Dracula.
I know, it was good.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I just wanted to contrast it with being
That's more the count.
one high.
It's the High Fives Podcast. This is episode 44, and this is the Halloween special. Top 5 Halloween songs.
It's very spooky, very scary.
Wow, that was nice.
It's my Belky. I don't know if Belky sounded like that.
I think so.
That's just how I really talk.
Yeah.
I learned how to have a Canadian accent.
That you just turn on and off at will. Yeah. So yeah, Halloween special. Top 5 songs about Halloween, which, you know, it was a lot tougher of a list to figure out than I thought it would be. I mean, we've done this now for 3 years, something like that. And we've never done a real holiday special.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
So it's about time.
I figured we'd stay away from the Halloween because it was so cliche. But
You think?
I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I always figured we were staying away from it because it was cliche. Or maybe it's the deadline thing.
Yeah, it could be the deadline. But we usually kick these out. Well, I have it ready, let's say, by the end of the month.
I was sick. And I had work stuff.
Management is going to be talking to you.
I fired HR.
You can't do that.
I fired HR, and the guy in post is on the thin line.
He's not even here tonight.
I know.
He's not here most nights. No. That could be the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a tougher list because I mean, there is that sort of that camaraderie between punk rock and horror, or
there's a whole horror punk genre.
Sure.
And there's a lot of pop punk lends itself to Halloween songs, and
where does that start?
Got to come from the Misfits. I figure it's got to come from the Misfits.
But the Ramones did Pet Sematary.
Yeah, but I think the Misfits might have done the Misfit stuff and then Pet Sematary. But I'm not checking the dates.
Okay, fair enough.
If somebody disagrees with me, they can tell Nate.
But you think the Misfits ended up kind of influencing all those bands because I mean, there's lots of bands that just kind of do a one-off.
Well, I think pop punk likes things like lends itself to B movies and things like that.
Right.
And the people that are drawn to these genres like pop punk, metal, punk. Oops, sorry.
Don't touch that.
I'm sorry. I think those people are all drawn to things like B movies and and horror movies and things like that. So it's just easy to write about what you know, right?
I thought it was maybe just kind of two subcultures that were on the fringe and kind of just finding each other, almost like, hip hop and punk, when it first kind of started in the early 80s, right?
There could be that too. And then I'm just thinking now, a lot of those garage rock bands from the 60s and stuff, and the doo-wop bands did a lot of Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it comes from that too, because a lot of pop punk's kind of influenced, especially Ramones core kind of stuff, is influenced from garage rock and that.
Right.
So could have came from there.
I think we've solved it.
Just works.
But before we do that, why don't we talk about what you've been listening to, Michael?
What have I been listening to?
Yeah, I figure we should just dedicate this to you because Michael finally made the move and
you're gonna wrap me out.
entered Apple Music. So I figure there's got to be lots you're listening to these days. It's a point of contention. Yeah. I'm a traditionalist in the digital world, and Mike is not.
Some call you a material girl.
A bit of a Luddite, if you will.
Yeah, I did get Apple Music. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and?
I didn't take anything from my Apple Music list.
Wow.
I took all things that I'd been listening to. So.
Okay. So you haven't been listening to anything on the Apple Music list?
Well, no, to be honest, I went through and picked up a bunch of soul and things like that on Apple Music stuff that wouldn't
you wouldn't buy.
Yeah, stuff I've been dabbling in.
Curious about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dabbling in, but
Experimenting.
not participating. Yeah. Like that night in college.
Okay.
But what have I been listening to? Do you want to go first? Do you still want me to go first?
No, I think this one's dedicated to you.
All right.
Because it's been a short time since we recorded the last one.
You're ruining the magic, man.
I know, but it's true. I did listen to that Lone Wolf.
Yeah, did you like it?
Record that
I thought you would really dig it.
Yeah, you suggested. I do dig it. I do
tell
like
you-
it a lot.
Did I tell you that they emailed me to let me know that it was on Bandcamp?
You did.
After listening to the podcast, so we have some power.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And I also picked up that Real Sickies record.
I still don't listen to it. I really got to get to it because Jay, one of our listeners, keeps saying it's one of the best albums he's heard all year.
It's really good. Like it's, I saw them open for, I think it was 88 Fingers Louie, and never heard of them. I was kind of just in the back waiting for the main attraction to come on, and I was totally like, just
Did you
drawn
like it?
in.
Were your arms crossed? And just like,
Oh yeah, the arms are always crossed.
Yeah. Ugh, why am I here? I can't believe this band's going on.
How
time
did
is
I
it?
get here so
What time is
early?
it? Oh.
I'm gonna have to go home soon.
Do I go look at the merch? I don't want to buy any. Who's going to hold a shirt all night?
It's like a script.
Yeah. It's just my life.
But they just kind of drew me in, and I really enjoyed the little bit of the show that I did catch. Lots of energy. They've got a really good front man who's just kind of all over the place, but entertaining to watch. And they capture that energy on the record, which is surprising. I mean, I think that's really tough to do, and you definitely get a sense of it.
They're from Edmonton, right?
Yeah, I think they're. I don't think it's Calgary, so I think it's Edmonton. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay, we can go to my stuff.
Yeah, let's just
get right
dive
in there.
in. Yeah, to
So
the deep end.
I've been listening to the new Nightbirds album.
Okay, and
I love it.
love it.
Love it.
Are you a Nightbirds fan?
I am a Nightbirds fan.
Okay.
We've gone through this before.
Okay.
But I think this is like, it's a step up in production.
Yeah.
And it worked really well for them. It's awesome.
Okay.
The new Joe Strummer compilation.
Oh,
It's called Joe Strummer 001. And it's kind of like a
selling stuff that's already been released and just putting it onto one album.
disc 1 is that. And then disc 2 is some unreleased stuff.
Oh, another 2-discer. And?
Like unreleased stuff and like different mixes of stuff. So for someone like me, I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's for everyone, but
Someone like you, like a guy who stands at the back at a show being grumpy and wanting to know what time he can go home. That kind of guy?
yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to bring some clarity.
Yeah. Another band's the Skags.
Okay.
Which are an Aussie band. They play kind of garage surf, indie rock, kind of like the Swimmers, but a little bit more melody.
Is it anything like the Chats?
No,
Okay. Okay.
these guys are not on Smoko.
These guys they're living life.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know how many times I would say stuff like at work now. I'm like, ugh, I'm on Smoko.
So leave me alone.
And then the last one I was listening to is a band called the Shaladas,
Okay.
who are a band on Daptone.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a doo-woppy 70s R&B soul thing.
Is it from the 70s
No,
or
no,
it's
it's
recent?
new. It's new. These guys
Oh,
were
cool.
in. They're in Charles Bradley's backing band.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's a father and 2 sons or 3 sons. Which is kind of weird.
And you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Cool.
I suggest picking it up
All
if that's your sort of thing.
Okay.
Now on to Halloween stuff. That's a horrible segue.
It was, but we don't get paid for the segues.
That's true. They
Yeah.
can fix that in post, right?
No, nothing gets fixed in post. So yeah, I had a hard time with this list. I mean, there's obvious things out there, right? I'm curious to know which Misfits song you chose tonight, because there's a lot.
There really isn't.
No,
No, that's the funny thing about the Misfits.
the thing about the Misfits, like I never got into them. I don't know if you were talking about them and I wasn't listening.
100%.
Okay. I feel like I could like them, but I feel like it's too late. Like you can't be 38 years old and just start listening
you
to
can.
a band from that long ago.
You totally can.
I don't know if you can. I don't think I'm ready to try it.
I don't see you liking the Misfits.
No?
No.
I'm not brave enough.
It's just not your thing.
Okay.
But you do like Halloween.
I do like Halloween. And you like Halloween, right?
I do. I love Halloween.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite holidays. And I've always liked monsters and like ghost stories and things like that. Even as a kid, like
It's weird that people call it a holiday, though, right? Like, no one gets the day off.
I don't think it really should be a holiday.
I feel like it should. I feel like is it Day of the Dead in Mexico?
Yeah, but that's the next day.
Yeah, but that's a holiday.
Oh, I don't know about Day of the Dead in Mexico is but the next day is an actual holiday. I know in Catholicism it's a holiday, and it's like in Europe and stuff, people get that next day off.
But not here.
I think you do get that. I think it's
November 1st?
No, maybe not.
No.
No.
No one gets that off.
I don't know. I feel like we got used to get it off in school, but we went to Catholic school.
Oh, I don't know. We didn't do that. We didn't get it off. I
Yes, we
remember
did.
having to go. No, you were all like weird from not getting enough sleep and eating way too much candy the night before.
They were prepping you for real life.
I think you just took the day off.
My mom was just like, "It's a Catholic holiday."
prepping you for real life of that hangover, that impending hangover.
Yeah, I mean, were you into that kind of stuff when you were a kid? Like, I really liked horror movies when I was a kid. I still do. And I always liked reading books about unsolved mysteries and like
Yeah.
serial killers and things like. I was
Yeah.
really into anything that satanic panic stuff. I was into. Like,
Well, maybe that's kind of why like those two subcultures came together too, right? Like being things that you shouldn't like.
Yeah, I think that's just
that
it.
are dangerous.
yeah, like, and I was like Scooby Doo. Like Scooby Doo was rad when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, yeah, I just always like that kind of stuff. So
I always like horror movies, but I feel like it's really hard to make a really good horror movie. Like I like to be scared by a horror movie, so
that's pretty rare.
it is rare. But like the B movie doesn't really do anything for me. Like I don't like just watching gore for the sake of watching gore.
What would your top 3 horror movies be that scared you?
Wow. Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's my
That's a good
favorite.
psychological thriller. Right?
Yeah, that's my favorite of all time. Favorite movie of all time. Yeah, I just watched it last night.
Huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a good flick.
Yeah.
It's timeless. Wow. Anything after that?
What else scared you then?
I remember the first time I saw Pet Sematary, and I don't think I've seen it again like since I was 11 or something like that. I remember that being really scary when I first watched it.
You know what? I've never seen Pet Sematary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I read Pet Sematary when I was a kid.
I feel like it's one of the few good Stephen Kings.
Yeah, those are pretty rare. The movie adaptations, they're entertaining, but if you've read the book, you're just like, yeah, the book's a little bit better.
Yeah. And I think Insidious, the first one,
I don't know that one.
was pretty scary.
Is that one of the newer ones?
Yeah, it's like last 5-6 years. I think there's like 3 of them now, but the first one was scary.
Yeah, see, the
It's
weird
either
thing is,
Insidious or The Conjuring. I can't remember.
the weird thing is I haven't seen too many newer horror movies
Okay.
in the last little while, other than like I saw that Witch movie, which I think I'm one of the few people who didn't like.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
No, it got a lot of raves.
I don't like witches.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I really haven't seen that many like newer horror movies. The one that scares me the most is still The Exorcist.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's not like really scary. Like it's not pop out scary or anything
No.
like that. I think it's just like the growing up Catholic thing.
Right.
And it's just like inbred in you that's like a scary thing. Like that loss of control and
Yeah.
and maybe because I was dabbling in all that stuff anyways. Playing with Ouija boards, reading books about serial killers.
The satanic panic.
So maybe it just always stuck with me that I was going to be like, oh, never know.
What are the other 2?
That scared me,
Yeah.
that I like a lot. What scared me? The first time I saw Blair Witch, it scared me.
Oh, yeah, that was freaky. For sure.
Seeing it again, it never really creeped me out. And
No, it's a
then,
one-time thing.
and it's not one that scared me, but I've always really liked Lost Boys.
Okay.
Like, I think Lost Boys is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But it's not scary, but it's rad.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit scary. Kiefer Sutherland's pretty scary, isn't it?
Michael.
I mean, for like a small boy
It scared
watching
me from
it
Chinese food for a long time.
Okay.
Rice turning into maggots.
Okay. So let's move on to the picks.
Yeah.
Pick number 1. This is a song about zombies. Do you know, like, do you feel like we go through fads, like, within pop culture of, like, horror icons?
Oh, totally.
Isn't that weird, though? Like, I don't feel like that's always been that way. I feel like it's kind of in the last, I can't even guess how long, but like within recent times, you know, where we've gone through like when True Blood came out, right? And
Vampires,
like
yeah.
everyone was into vampires, and I think right around that time was that teenage book series Twilight. Yeah, you know,
You're just trying to get me to say that.
Well, I see it right there. I see all 6 of them staring at me.
I like my vampires to sparkle.
But yeah, so we had like these vampire moments, and then like later on, like Walking Dead comes on, right? And it's
Yeah.
like this zombie, like everything everywhere, right? And I don't know, it's kind of weird that we, as like a pop culture, embrace like,
I feel like when we were younger, there might have been an alien fad too.
oh, for sure.
Like
yeah.
when like X-Files came out. Actually, that's a scary, not X-Files, but what's that movie where it's about like being abducted by aliens? Oh,
Cocoon?
no, not with
Fire?
like DB Sweeney.
Fire in the Sky?
That
Yeah,
movie,
that was scary.
That movie creeped me out when I was a kid.
See, but like, do you think aliens are part of the horror genre?
Oh, totally.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I
All
think
the
that's
Ed Wood
more
stuff,
science
like-
fiction.
No, because it's like part of the Ed Wood stuff, like Plan 9. And,
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it to you.
yeah.
It was a question I
It
was
came
going to
from
ask
outer
later.
space.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, my first pick is a song about zombies. There's not really much else to say about it. It's off the album Dome Splitter by Direct Hit. The song's called Living Dead. And I think, yeah, I mean, this is like it's just a hard, fast, violent song about zombies. It's great. But it comes from Dome Splitter, right? Which is like the only one of their records thus far that isn't like a concept record, right? So just kind of random songs, I guess, right? But yeah, that's what I pick.
Awesome.
Living Dead.
All right. The first one I went with,
Yes.
yes, is an AFI song.
Is it Fall Children?
It is, Nathan,
Excellent.
because I think this is like AFI peak of wanting them to, of Davey wanting to be Danzig and the AFI wanting to be the Misfits.
Right.
Like
well,
that-
and they covered that Misfits song too on this EP, Halloween, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's perfect. It's about Halloween.
Yeah.
It's about fall.
Yeah.
It's got dark lyrics.
Nice.
Thought it fit the topic.
It does.
All right.
It does. Living Dead, Direct Hit.
AFI, Fall Children.
The locks, shatter the windows, destroy belongings, leave a letter on the table. It will be gone before they get home in the morning. We put your invoice in the mail, so send a check when you are able. You will be gone before they get home in their beds. We are the living dead. We are the living dead. We'll take their babies and crack open pretty heads. We are the living dead. We are the living dead. We'll take them all before they get home in their beds. We are the living dead. We are the living dead. We'll take them all before they get home in their beds. We are the living dead. Don't you care about our bread? We don't give a fuck about your ethic, who you are, where you come from, or all the other shit you've done. We don't care at all about obsessions or confessions. We don't care about the office you have run. So come on. We are the living dead. 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 We'll be gone before they get home in their beds. We are the living dead. We are the living dead. We'll take their babies and crack open pretty heads. We are the living dead. We are the living dead. We'll take them all before they get home, like I said. We are the living dead. We are the living dead. We'll take them all before they get home in their beds. We are the living dead. We don't give a fuck. We don't care at all about obsessions or confessions. We don't care about the office you have run. We don't give a fuck about your ethics, who you are, where you come from, or all the other shit you've done. So come on. We are the living dead. 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 We are the living dead.
You still wake up sometimes, don't you? You wake up in the dark. You hear the screaming of the lambs.
In
God's name are you talking about?
Your son, Mr. Thorne. The son of the devil.
You're insane.
He must die, Mr. Thorne!
As the cries start to penetrate, still in this day we celebrate the way now. Mama gonna fall, nothing to run down. When we face the land of life tonight, I'm nothing to love. This day so hollow, this day so hollow. From here to forever, will I follow? This day so hollow, this day so hollow. You and I will come to life. Got it from the sun, by the whispers in the wind. Until we feel the beat and nothing lasts, and I will be dead. This day so hollow, this day so hollow. From here to forever, will I follow? This day so hollow, this day so hollow. You and I will come to life.
That was one of those songs that came up in a lot of my research as I was researching.
You did research.
Well, I had to. It wasn't that easy. I told you. This was hard. I wasn't going to just pick Thriller 5 times.
You could have just wrote like horror punk, and it would have like.
Yeah, but I didn't want to pick that either.
Yeah.
That seemed too easy as well. I wanted to find those one-offs.
Oh,
Yeah, that was kind of the goal.
hitting the one-offs. Eh?
Yeah. So that was one that came up on a lot of like punk horror lists, and I don't know if I've ever heard it.
Oh,
Yeah, but I can hear the Misfits love bromance in there for sure.
that's one of the first AFI albums or songs I liked.
One of the first.
Yeah, I actually like AFI a lot now. I never liked them before. I still have never seen them live.
Really?
Yeah,
I think we've talked about this.
probably. Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's get to your next pick.
Okay. Done and done. My next pick, this is a song about vampires. And
Sparkly ones.
that's about all I really have to say about it.
Is this going to be a theme?
This is not about sparkly vampires.
Have you ever dressed up as a vampire, Nate?
I have. When I was a kid, I dressed up as a vampire once, and I remember my mom like showing me how to do my makeup at school, because the school I went to, you had to come to school regular clothed, and then halfway through the day, they let all the kids go to the bathroom and get changed.
That's a horrible idea.
Right? Like, why? Why?
Ridiculous.
And so I remember my mom like showing me how to do the makeup scheme she had. And then she took that black spray paint stuff for your hair and like spray painted my hair. But just as any good mom does, like leaves the whole front half regular. So it looked awesome. And you know, I did like going as a vampire. Oh, and she made like this medallion for me.
Oh, nice. The Dracula medallion.
But I
thing?
was just like, what is this for? Like, as a kid, I just want blood and fangs. That's it. But those fangs are the worst things, like those old ones, you know, those old ones
Yeah.
that are together. that just get full of spit.
Yeah, they were gross.
And disgusting.
I went and bought one year for one of my Halloween costumes. Bought like the ones that glue on. They were pretty cool.
They worked out well.
Yeah, they were hard to get off your teeth though.
Well,
After-
because
the glue.
it's glue.
You know what sucked as a kid for Halloween?
What?
I mean, this probably doesn't affect as many people, but Calgary Halloween's like it was like probably an 80% chance it was too cold to wear your costume, so you had to bundle up and like.
That was part of the costume planning.
Yeah.
Either you did a costume that you could fit a winter jacket underneath, or you just succumbed to the fact that it's winter and every kid was going as somebody in winter.
Do you remember those really shitty costumes too? Like
The plastic ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was trying to figure this out if my parents. I know my mom doesn't like Halloween,
Okay.
and my dad never knew what Halloween was. So I was trying to figure out like
Does he know what it is now?
I don't know.
He's chosen not to adapt.
He doesn't care. But I always like. I remember my first the first Halloween memory I have is going as Yoda.
Okay. And it was that shitty plastic
It was like
costume.
a plastic apron with like a Star Wars, scene on the apron, and
Had
then like a Yoda mask.
fighting somebody. It made no sense
I'm like, that's not a
whatsoever.
costume. But then I was like, maybe my parents were just like, let's just go to Shoppers Drug Mart and get the first thing we see.
Oh, it was Zellers for sure.
Or Zellers or whatever it was at the time, or Kmart or
But
whatever.
the funny thing is about those costumes too is that within the first 5 minutes of being outside, they started to snap and break from the cold.
Yeah, 'cause it was
that
cold.
plastic. Yeah, it was like the crappiest plastic available.
For a while as a kid, I never really liked Halloween.
Oh, wow.
And I'd get like my uncle's hand-me-down costumes as I got older. So like if he went as a clown 2 years ago, I had to go as a clown. And then maybe when I was like 5 or 6, my mom let me go as a zombie, and then I was like, "This is it." I'm in.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Wow. How violent was your zombie costume?
I'll show you a picture later. It's still one of my favorite costumes. I had a Motley Crue shirt on.
Oh, wow. My mom made a lot of costumes when I was a kid. Like, I remember her dyeing like a full long john suit. So like shirt and pants in red dye for my devil costume.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
This is where you get your crafty Halloween work from, hey?
I guess, yeah.
You seriously have the best. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Nate might have some of the best Halloween costumes ever.
The bar is set so high right now.
Yeah, like I don't know how you top it every
No,
year.
I think at some point it's just going to get to a point where I can't make it happen anymore, and I'm just going to stop, and that'll be it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to your song. Which is your vampire song?
Vampires, yeah. So this is a band that I feel like I can share with you because I think there's a mutual like still of this band.
You're sharing
I could
with
be
me.
wrong.
You're sharing with everybody that listens.
Yeah, but you're the only one here.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can listen and I can just tune the peanut gallery out.
Yeah, that's true.
Later. But
You can't tune out my disapproving eyes, though.
that's true. I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed. But this was like a band that I'd heard about long before kind of the big craze happened. And I was in a Hot Topic when they were cool in the States. Mm-hmm. You know, when it was like,
When it was a big
you're
mission to
going
go
to
there.
the States?
you
Oh
stop at
man,
Hot
are you
Topic?
going to Hot Topic? I can't even believe we said those things.
When were we going to find band T-shirts before?
Well, that was the thing, right? Tropicana. That's only funny to you and me. But I remember like I was just looking at a bunch of punk stuff and this guy came up to me that worked there and he's like, oh, if you like this, you got to check out this. And I'd never heard of them before. And it was My Chemical Romance.
Oh, I loved My Chemical Romance.
There you go. See?
I still
Safe space.
actually like My Chemical Romance. I'll admit it.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it. I
Yeah.
even like the last one that people like didn't like. I just
I
like
don't know
them.
that I heard it, but I really like this.
I have no
first
shame in
record
admitting I
still.
like them.
Excellent. See, safe space.
Yeah.
Safe space. The first album is called I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Gun. And I just thought like this was like they were really good when they first came out.
They were really good. Like I never saw them when they got like really famous.
Right.
But I did see them here, and they were like put
Emo
on,
famous.
Yeah, but they were put on a really good show. Like he was.
Oh, I bet.
And that album I actually found on MP3.com. That was like one of the first MP3s I downloaded.
Oh wow. An illegal download.
No, it was legal because
Oh.
MP3.com is when bands would put it up before they were like signed to major labels or anything,
Oh.
and they put like 2 or 3 songs on there. That's how I found them and Coheed.
Wow. So the song is called Vampires Will Never Hurt You. which I think is incorrect. I think they will always hurt you.
I think they will too.
Yeah.
And that song is still on my iPod.
Nice.
On a regular basis.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a song worth playing.
I like it, Nate.
Excellent. Michael?
Well, my next band
Yes.
is a gimmicky band from New Jersey
Uh-huh.
who play Ramones core punk with a horror theme,
Okay.
dressed as Jason from Friday the 13th.
The Jasons?
It is the Jasons. Do you know the Jasons?
Yeah, I listened to this record.
Which I thought it's a pretty good. It's pretty good for what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a funny idea,
Yeah.
and I do like it makes me want to go see a band. Like even if I don't like the music,
Yeah, like seeing a band
I
like that.
want to go see
Yeah.
that band.
I was the first time I looked them up. They had like their album was like a Kiss album, but with like Jason masks instead of the Kiss faces, which I liked.
Nice.
So I was instantly drawn in. But the recording on that one wasn't so great. But the latest album that they have out has a decent recording. So
Okay.
the song I picked is American Slasher.
Excellent.
And I did find it funny. Did you notice when you were going through the album that they take a shot at the Menzingers?
No.
Yeah. so
Really?
They have a song called I Want to Be an Asshole.
Nice.
But the weird thing is, at the beginning of it, he calls this one that goes out to the Menzingers. So I was like, is this like a shot at? Because Menzinger is something from Philly, I think, right?
Right. I think that's the conclusion we once came to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that a shot from Jersey about Philly?
It could be an accent thing.
Or it could just be like he didn't know, he didn't care. He was like, I saw these guys have a video with Jason. It's our thing.
Yeah.
I hope it's that. Anyway.
Nice. Did you like that franchise, the Friday the 13th?
I like the first one. I like the second one. And I like the one where they go to Manhattan, which I think is really horrible. But
That's D movie.
yeah, that's like, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I remember going to see the one where he goes to space.
I never saw that. I always like the idea of, and like the character, like of Jason and Freddy and Michael Myers. Like I really like the characters and I really like how they look and the structure of the makeup
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But the movies were always so underwhelming.
No, Halloween 1 is so good.
Yeah, I can't, I know I've seen it.
I'm listening to a podcast now on the making of Halloween 1.
Yeah.
It's so good.
There's a new Halloween coming
Yeah,
out.
I'm actually
It
kinda stoked
looks
for it.
really good.
Yeah.
It might not be.
And John Carpenter's involved with it again for the first time in a while. So and Jamie Lee Curtis. And so
She's back.
Yeah. Yeah, Halloween's a little bit. Yeah, see, I always like the idea of Jason more than the actual Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah.
Like Jason's scary. Like that idea of like a big, sluggish guy with like.
A hockey mask and a
is-
machete at a camp.
Yeah. I never really liked Nightmare on Elm Street.
I love the character of Freddy though. Like he's terrifying.
You like the pedophile?
No, just to look at
Yeah,
him.
no,
though,
he is
right?
terrifying. Like he's I mean, the three of them are iconic, right?
Yeah.
So
Vampires Will Never Hurt You, My Chemical Romance, and
the Jasons and American Slasher.
You're a creature of the night, Michael. Just like out of a comic book. You're a vampire, Michael. My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire.
Goes down.
body was never recovered from the lake after he drowned. Jason saw his mother beheaded that night. He's still out there, some sort of demented creature surviving in the wilderness.
really thought that there would be like a laid out platter of like box after box of like Halloween candy.
Sorry.
Yeah. I guess management didn't approve that request,
It's
eh?
a little early in the season.
Is it though? I mean, that stuff's been on the shelves since
Last year.
No, I'm pretty sure August. I
think-
saw shit come out in August this year.
So it's snowing the last couple weeks here.
Yeah. Feels like the last couple months.
And it kind of like put a damper on this whole. Usually I'm pretty jacked for Halloween.
Not this year?
It's just like the snow's like,
Can you not fit a winter coat under your costume?
I don't have a costume yet.
What?
I know. I feel weird.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, I'll do something.
Okay. Okay. Do you must have like a trunk full
I do
of
have a
stuff,
trunk.
right? That you can go to.
Oh, I get some go-tos.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good.
All right.
I don't want you missing out this year.
All right.
Next, this is a franchise that I could not get into, and we were just kind of discussing it in the break, that you could not get into it either. It's The Evil Dead.
Yeah. See, everyone I know loves them.
Yeah.
Like, except for you, apparently.
No, I never got it. I've tried.
I've tried, and I've tried the reboot thing, the TV show, and that. I just don't like it.
It's like the full, like it's the ultimate B movie horror.
Yeah, it's not likable though. It's like it's not B movie enough for me. Like,
No?
I like B movie. If it's a B movie, I like it. Like,
Do you not like the plot line? Like,
I just don't enjoy it at all. Like nothing about it. It's not. I don't like when things are like in that genre are funny.
Supposed
on
to be funny, yeah,
on
yeah.
purpose funny. Like
Yeah, like slapstick in a horror.
yeah, like I never like Little Shop of Horrors either.
Oh, really?
But like I like what
I see that as more of a comedy.
Yeah,
though.
it is.
Right?
Yeah, but I like in those movies when they're unintentionally funny.
Yeah.
Like even like the teen horror movies like Monster Squad and stuff like that. Like the jokes are funny, but it's just like I don't know if they were trying to be funny.
Right. Or if that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a song. Well, it's not actually a song about it. It's a take on the Necronomicon, which is the book that evokes the evil within Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. I don't know much about it. I know there's some book you don't screw around with because it brings evil.
That's also the plot to so many movies.
But this comes from a band that's got like a good bunch of horror songs, like just one-offs here, there, and everywhere, peppered throughout their discography. It's kind of what I was going for. I don't know if you heard that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate the effort.
And it's a play on the Necronomicon. This song's called Necrocomicon
Ooh.
by Teenage Bottle Rocket on the album Freak Out.
See, I knew you'd pick a TBR, but TBR does have some good.
Yeah, some
good-
real good horror songs. And I like this one because it's just funny as hell.
I was really tempted to pick Teen Wolf, but I was like, Nate's gonna pick TBR.
Is your next song Wolf Face?
No, I didn't pick Wolf Face. either.
Wow. I thought Wolf Face for sure. Is this the Misfits song?
It is, Nathan.
Okay, excellent. I don't want to wait all night. I want to hear it now.
You didn't want to wait, hey?
Nope.
All right. Yeah, I couldn't not pick a Misfits song. in here.
What Halloween list would be complete without a Misfits song?
So I could basically put any Misfits song.
Just any one, yeah.
Yeah. Although I guess some of them are talking about pop culture and things like Marilyn Monroe. But I picked Spook City,
Okay.
which is a song I kind of grew to like later on after getting the box set, the Coffin box set.
Is this on the earlier part of their? You have to talk to me like a guy who doesn't know the Misfits. 'Cause I don't.
This is Danzig version Misfits.
Okay.
So Spook City was originally recorded for the Who Killed Marilyn
Okay.
EP, and it's like it's not as fast as this version. And I did some research, and apparently this version was recorded for an EP that was never released. And then when it got on the box set, it's like that's the version on the box set that I like. So, and apparently Danzig didn't feel that the rest of the band was putting in the effort to practice it, so that he didn't.
Oh.
Which sounds like the Misfits.
That doesn't sound like Glenn at all.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a control freak.
No.
That's a band that's just like they're so hilarious.
So-
Because like, okay, they're supposed to be these like scary punks, but like they're not.
Right. I think Jerry Only is pretty scary.
No.
No?
They're like,
He looks scary.
yeah, well, they weightlift and things like that.
I mean, he's got to be, what, 6 stories tall?
I think no, Jerry's small.
Who's that?
Doyle's big.
Doyle, sorry.
He's
I apologize.
yeah, come on, man.
I was trying to sound like I knew something about something.
They're still like really big guys though. Like they'll weightlift it, and then but they also like they sell their stuff like Kiss does.
Right.
Like you could probably find like an iron board that has like a Misfits logo on it, or probably like what's something like a baby bottle, or like
The baby bottle is your Christmas gift, actually.
oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Or what's
There's
something
some messaging
what's
behind
something,
that.
What's something ridiculous like?
Baby bottles and ironing boards are pretty ridiculous merch items.
Yeah.
Imagine like going to a show and walking out with a Misfits ironing
Like,
board.
I think they'll sell that logo to anybody.
Right.
And they also seem like the kind of band that would litigate and sue you and stuff like that. And like Danzig's just a joke in himself, but at the same time, there's like I just can't help but love them.
So when Danzig leaves, and then is it Michael Graves?
Well,
is
they
that
don't-
right?
The Misfits don't really do anything for a while. Danzig forms Sam Hain,
Right.
which I enjoy.
Okay.
Then he does his solo metal stuff,
Right.
which I also enjoy.
Right.
And then yeah, like in the 90s maybe. Yeah, it must be late 90s. Graves and Jerry and Doyle and Dr. Chud, I think.
So do they play like old stuff? Are they allowed
when I
to
saw-
do
when I
that?
saw
Does
them
that
on the-
create lawsuits?
Well, there's always been issues with all that kind of stuff too,
Right.
right? So, and then they did the one-off show, or the two shows, like the one in LA and the one in Chicago, which I
Right.
really should have gone to.
You
I
really
can't-
should
I
have,
can't believe I
yeah.
didn't. To be honest, I
Will
just
you
thought-
regret it for the rest of your life?
No.
Okay.
But I'll regret it. But I just assumed that they would just, like everything else, they would just
Do more?
do more.
Right.
Like every band that does it's like, oh yeah, we're only playing 2 shows. Then they do more. But
See,
I guess
I always
they just
feel-
never got along, I guess.
I always feel like even if there's a big tour, like you have to expect they're not going to make it all the way through. Like especially for
Oh,
a
yeah.
band that hated each other. Like when the Police did that tour, I was shocked that they went the full year or year and a half that tour was scheduled. And same with like Guns N' Roses. Like I was kind of shocked that it went the
yeah,
distance.
I didn't think they were going to make it 3 shows.
No.
I did see the Misfits with Graves.
And
And I liked it. And I like, to be honest, the 2 albums with Graves, I do enjoy. Like, I know that's not cool in the Misfit world, but I actually enjoy them. I
Okay.
think they're pretty good albums. And I like some of his solo stuff. I don't like his politics, just to clarify.
just to clarify, yeah, not a fan.
And I just like him to sing about zombies and aliens and things like that.
Right, right. The soft stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They were awesome. The second time I saw him, Graves didn't show up. It was like right when he quit.
Okay.
And it was just Jerry only singing, and it was fucking awful.
Yeah. When the
So-
singer doesn't show up, you're in some trouble.
And I think like some people just got on stage and sang with him. It was bad.
Well, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, not for the audience, but if you're that guy that gets up,
Yeah.
like punk rock karaoke.
Yeah, I guess. I haven't seen Danzig. I should have went and saw him when he came here. But
Lots of regret, Mike. You should do things.
This is pretty much my life. I should have. But yeah.
If
anyway.
ifs and buts were candies and nuts, Mike, we'd all have a happy Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Necrocomic-Con, Teenage Bottle Rocket, and
The Misfits with Spook City.
I went down to San Diego around July 31st. That's where I found something evil. That's where I found something cursed. Let's go! I thought I saw fucking Yoda. I thought I saw Captain Kirk. And they were all out to get me. Yeah, they had all gone berserk for Necrocomic-Con, the comic book of the day. The comic not to be fucked with. The comic not to be read. The Necrocomic-Con. Yeah, hey! Necrocomic-Con, the comic book of the dead. The comic not to be fucked with. The comic not to be read. The Necrocomic-Con, the comic book of the dead. The comic not to be fucked with. The comic not to be read. Necrocomic-Con.
Do you want a balloon too, Georgie?
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers.
Oh, well, I'm Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Now we aren't strangers.
listen to Sam Hain?
No.
No, probably not. Same sort of thing.
It looked too metal for me.
Sam Hain was more like
It's too scary.
It was more Misfits, but with like a little bit more goth.
Oh, goth fits.
Goth fits.
That doesn't sound appealing at all.
But yeah, if anybody ever gets a chance, you should look up. There's an interview on YouTube with Danzig, and it's during the Misfits, and they're going through his house and his library, and there's some awesome stuff in there just to make your day.
Qualify awesome. Come on.
I can't even. It's so ridiculous. I can't even explain how ridiculous it is. Just how excited he is about his fake books.
Just one thing.
He talks about a book about werewolves where he's like, yeah, lady came out shaking a baby in her mouth. And he gets all excited and he talks about, he says there's he talks about gospels or something. He's like, yeah, they don't tell you about the real gospels. Like when Jesus killed a guy with a stone or something like that.
Wow. He knows the real gospels. That's crazy.
It's just it's so ridiculous like that. And I think he does judo in one of the videos.
The gospel according to Glenn.
Glenn.
That's a name I love. There's something about...
Glenn?
Yeah, because I just think can you imagine the little baby called Glenn? This is our baby Glenn. It's like when you met now old names are really popular with babies, so we're submerged in it, right? But there are some names that you just can't imagine a baby or a small like
Bob,
a 2-year-old kid running around.
Hey Bob.
Hey Glenn, come on over here. Yeah, Bob. I mean, there are people in your office. They're not in your daycare.
But maybe people think that about Mike now, because Mike's not not a common name anymore.
Yeah, I don't think people think that. No, I think the genericness of Mike.
Gerald.
Nah.
Now Gerald seems like it's uppity.
Well, I feel like you'd be Jerry.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like Jerry could work for
Baby
a kid.
Jerry?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going.
All right. My next one, you kind of foreshadowed this for me.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about the rockabilly.
Well, I can see into the future.
Well, yeah. I mean, clearly. But I don't really love this genre of music, but I do enjoy a little snippet of it here and there.
So newer rockabilly or 50s rockabilly?
Well, see, I think newer. I want to say I like the 50s rockabilly, but I don't really know where that shifts from just rock to rockabilly.
Yeah, see, I like
within that time.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's a blending of the rock and roll and garage and everything together at that time. So rock and roll at the time.
Yeah.
The new stuff, I can tolerate a song or two, but I can't go too hard into it.
Yeah. I feel like the shows would be fun to go to.
For sure.
Because I think that the crowd that they would bring would be really entertaining to, just kind of people watch.
Lots of pompadours.
Yeah. And, I think, watching the guys do the stand-up bass tricks is always fun. And, I just think it'd be a high energy show.
Yeah, I totally respect everyone that does it. It's just, I've never really been.
Not really your thing.
Not really into it, but I do respect it. And the shows are fun. I've been to a few.
Now, where does rockabilly and psychobilly start?
Oh, see, I like psychobilly less than rockabilly.
And what?
And I think that's more along the lines of Tiger 13 and horror pops, the Creeps and things like that.
That's psychobilly?
Not Creeps. What's that band called? Necromantics, maybe? Is that a
band?
Yeah,
that's a band.
Yeah, I think that's psychobilly.
Psychobilly.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not well versed in this.
Well, they are a band, and they're the band I chose.
The Necromantics. Look at me. Told you I can see into the future.
It's so crazy. It's like I told you, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I picked a Necromantic song. Surprisingly, I have a lot of their songs on iPod.
I think they're on.
They're an Epitaph.
So I think they're on always on the Punkorama things or Hellcat ones maybe or something.
Yeah, and I think I just got a few albums along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked this song just because it was super fast, and I like that with this genre. With the psychobilly genre, when they really get going.
When you can really hear that
when it
bass.
gets to 88 miles per hour. That's what I really like. But yeah, it does get a little bit.
Do you feel like you should be driving a hot rod in a graveyard?
No, I don't feel like that at all. So the song I picked is Bloody Holiday, and the album's called Brought Back to Life. It doesn't get much more horror than that.
That was awesome. It reminded me of like something from SUTV. My next pick is a cover, a Misfits cover.
Oh.
Because there are so many Misfits covers.
I like how you went from the original, the OG, as it were,
Yeah.
into the copycat.
Yeah. So like, there's a ton of good Misfits covers.
Is there?
And I was like, I debated picking only Misfits covers for this whole thing.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't.
No, you might have liked it. There's good ones. There's like the No Use for a Name ones are good. They do a couple. Bouncing Souls do one.
I feel like I've heard all these songs and didn't know they were Misfits covers.
And actually, the Misfits tribute album is pretty good.
Is it?
I always liked it. But I went with Alkaline Trio.
Okay.
Because you could probably pick most Alkaline Trio songs for this topic. They have like a very macabre kind of.
See, and that's where I found it difficult in picking for this list too, because not every song that has a lyric about a vampire in it is necessarily to do with Halloween or horror. It's just
very true.
about being goth, right?
Yeah.
Or like zombies, can often be just the useless human masses that we're all becoming.
This is true, but I think Alkaline Trio does do a lot of nods to the Misfits and to picking horror sort of themes. They do have a lot of dark lyrics. And Skeep is a witch.
Is that right?
He says he is.
And he makes fun of the guy that thinks he talks to aliens.
I don't know if he actually makes fun of him.
I feel like he does.
He just took his job.
Doesn't the band make fun of him?
I don't know.
To some extent?
Wouldn't it be awesome if they did like a dark Blink-182 album?
That would be awesome. I wouldn't listen, but it would be awesome.
Yeah. That'd been this full Skiba takeover. It's just been a big spell that he's been putting on them.
Yeah, well, when you're a witch, you can do that.
I think when I read something about when that Firefest thing happened.
Yeah.
He like said he put a spell on that festival so that he wouldn't have to play.
Really? And it worked.
It worked for somebody.
For him.
Yeah. Anyway, the song I picked was their cover of the Misfits classic Halloween.
Ah, yes.
And I think I might like this more than the actual Misfits version because they've like slowed it down and made it really, really creepy. And you really capture like the kind of weird Misfits lyrics. Like,
cool.
So
that's what you picked?
That's what I did.
So this is going to be your next favorite song. It's called Bloody Holiday. It's the Necromantics from your favorite genre of psychobilly. And Michael?
Oh, this is the Misfats, the Smithfits. No, it's Alkaline Trio doing Halloween.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Bonfires burning bright, pumpkin faces in the night. I remember Halloween, dead cats hanging from poles, little dead are out in groves. I remember Halloween. Brown-leaved vertigo, skeleton of life is known. I remember Halloween, this day anything goes, burning bodies hang for poles. I remember Halloween. Candy apples and razor blades, little dead are soon in graves. And I remember Halloween, this day anything goes, burning bodies hang from poles. I remember Halloween, 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 Halloween,
Well, we're at the last song. I'm glad we did this list because I think, and I hope a lot of people write in with lists because I really want to see a better sampling than what is currently out there on the internet. Like there were so many of these lists that, you know, I mean, they'd cite things like Rocky Horror Picture Show type, you know, like covers and stuff like that, or, you know, even just throwing that in the mix, or like lots of like the Cramps or the Dickies or like bands that I don't really listen to. So I would love to see a bunch of lists that attribute, you know, horror and Halloween to the newer times.
The newer times?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is like, I mean,
the latter days.
There is like a lot of really good horror songs. And I mean, and then there's like the easy pop ones too, like Ghostbusters and Thriller and stuff. I mean, and there's like the metal ones. And like people always, I used to DJ a lot on Halloween and it'd always be like play an Ozzy song, play Iron Maiden. But
Enter Sandman, was that a big request? No.
Just like stuff like that was always like, oh yeah, it's easy go-to Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I think the best Halloween stuff, apart from like pop punk, and that is like that old 50s rockabilly and doo-wop stuff that is out there from there. Like, there's some really cool stuff.
Like the Necromantics.
No, not like that. That's more psychobilly. We've gone through this.
Oh yeah.
No, more like they'd be like one-off things. Like even Screaming Jay Hawkins, I Put a Spell on You.
Okay.
Like his version of I Put a Spell on You is pretty kind of creepy and like,
yeah,
as opposed to, let's say, Nina Simone's version of it isn't as,
not as creepy.
No,
less creepy.
Yeah.
Uncreepy. Yeah. Do you want to thank some people?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for listening.
You guys,
you
and
girls,
girls,
whatever you are, you people.
The people.
Let's thank the people.
The pets. Should we thank the pets too?
I'm not much of a pet guy. I'm more of a people guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't like pets.
Well, we've just alienated a lot of people.
They can like them. I don't have to.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want to thank all the bands that are still sending us stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry if we haven't got to you. We are listening, and we do really appreciate you guys sending your stuff. Thanks to everyone who's contributed with lists, or in the chat room, or on Facebook, or on Twitter. And like Nate was saying, we really want to hear your Halloween lists. And if you're so inclined, send us a picture of your favorite Halloween costume.
Oh, yeah. I love Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
You know what I love most about Halloween is like, well, maybe not most, but you know it's coming when like you walk into like a store and you can smell the Halloween stock. Like no matter where you are in the store, that like scent of latex mask hits your nose.
Yeah, that's called death for me.
I love that. Sure.
I'm allergic to latex.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Did they have sheepskin masks when we were kids?
I never wore masks. Well, I didn't know I was allergic to latex until I was older.
Till you wore a mask?
That's how I found out.
Till I was doing that robbery. And then it was all downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have an EpiPen.
It'd be a funny concept, eh?
Yeah, that could be a good skit.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a movie.
No, it could only
It'd
be
a
like
good
an SNL skit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. You got if you listen to us on iTunes, give us a rating.
Yes, they're very important.
Check
If
our
you
website
could.
out. I was really slow with updating it last time that Nate had to go and update it.
Yeah.
So Nate, thank you for doing that for me.
Well, I made
for
a
covering for
complaint
me.
to HR, and then I found out
that I fired.
Well, I kept getting the emails just kicked back to me.
Yeah, well, you got to cancel an email once someone's left the building. They're just done. They can't have access.
Did you
to
have
email.
security take them out?
No, I didn't feel the need to get
No.
that insane.
And we don't have security.
Well, that too. Let's get to your next song.
The last one? The final one?
The final countdown.
The final countdown? Okay. Let's do it. Here we go. This is a song about a man who's a serial killer. But he doesn't want to be a serial killer anymore. He's finding the value of self-affirmation. You know, writing words like positive and believe in yourself on his mirror instead of kill, kill, kill. This is a song about a killer who's overcoming adversity and realizing that you can get more bees with honey. The song was actually foreshadowed by yourself earlier in the podcast. You were showing me more and more how much you actually can see into the future, and I'm questioning if you're a part of the Matt Skiba coven.
No, I got my own coven.
The song,
the Oven Coven.
The song is arguably not a horror song, but if you've seen the video, then you know. And it's I Don't Want to Be an Asshole Anymore by the Menzingers.
Not the Menzingers.
Not the Menzinges. Not those Menzinges. Off the album Rented World. Are you going to give this to me as a Halloween song?
Oh, for the video, for sure.
Okay.
And it's a great video. It's one of my favorite videos. I have the shirt.
It's an amazing video.
Yeah.
It actually makes me interested in music videos.
Oh, yeah, and you don't like music videos.
No.
That's a good point.
It's a great video.
It's great.
Do you think the song was actually written about Jason? Do you think that,
No.
or did they just do that after the fact?
I think that was after the fact. But maybe not. I don't know.
What came first? The chicken or the egg, Mike? Which was it?
Okay. That's a great pick.
Thank you. It's a sleeper.
This is the pick. This is one of the picks I've been a little bit nervous about because I don't think you're gonna like it.
Okay. But you don't often consider that, I don't think. Like, you don't think, is Nate gonna like this? I think the only thing I ever really think about isn't if you're gonna like it, but more if I'm gonna get made fun of.
Yeah, well, I think we both know I'm gonna make fun of you and you're gonna make fun of me, and that's how this thing works.
Oh.
This is a little bit different because it's not from the genre per se.
Okay. Not from the punk rock genre per se?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
I know.
You often
I dabble in the
stray from the path.
I dabble.
Yeah. Experiment.
So one of my favorite things is, as a kid was when I would go to my grandparents' house. They had like these remember novelty cups?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if they still make them. Now I think they're making a comeback. Like when you go to like HMV or whatever, not HMV, whatever.
Who
it's
goes to
called.
HMV?
No, whatever it's called now. But they had like you'll get like Marvel cups or like movie cups.
Oh yeah.
So. Or like even when we were kids, 7-Eleven used to always have like a cup when a big movie came out, like the big gulp cups and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And for some reason, my grandparents had Disneyland cups.
Did they have the McDonald ones too? Do you remember those?
Yeah, I do remember those, but they just had these Disneyland ones.
Okay, just the Disneyland
from when they went
ones.
to Disneyland years before I was born.
Okay.
And I had never been to Disneyland at this time.
Now, when you say they're cups, like these are plastic or these are glass? I'm just trying to get a picture.
In my head, they're plastic, but
Okay.
they might have been glass because I can't see my grandma she's a pretty anal person, like cleanliness and things. I don't see her keeping plastic around.
Okay.
I feel like she'd be like, that's garbage.
Right.
Anyway, they had these, and they had a Haunted Mansion one.
Okay. From the ride.
From the ride. And as a kid, I was so fascinated, and I always wanted to go to the Haunted Mansion.
How long's that ride? I felt like that ride wasn't that old.
I think that's an original ride.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one where you get in the cart and you have the ghost sit beside you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant the one where the elevator drops.
No.
Okay. Yeah, Haunted Mansion's an old ride. It's a great ride.
Yeah. So like, in the cup, it has the dancing ghost scene. And I was always
Okay.
like, whoa. So as a kid, I was like so fascinated. And my uncle had the Haunted Mansion like record. I don't know if you ever listened to it.
No. Is
It
it
just had
good?
like spooky sounds. So it was awesome. Like it was just spooky sound effects, but it was great for Halloween.
Cool.
So I came across this record. It's called Dead Man's Bones.
Okay.
And it's kind of it's got this feeling like the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. So I grabbed it, and the cover is all these kids dressed in Halloween costumes. So the title and the kids like automatically grabbed me to grab it. And then I did some research before I listened, and I found out that Ryan Gosling of Breaker High fame was in this band.
Awesome. Isn't that amazing that guy from Breaker High became a huge
I mean, he's been in
Hollywood
other
celebrity?
He's been in other stuff, but let's be serious. It's just Breaker High,
Right?
I can't look at him past Breaker High.
And like the dude that was like his co-pilot in that show, how choked he must be.
He's on a show now. I just saw him in a
Yeah,
commercial.
but it's not.
No.
He's on a show. Like, come on. Ryan Gosling's going to be Neil Armstrong right away here. There's a
because on a show.
difference. There's a difference there. Anyways, I digress.
Yes. Anyway, so I started to get a little skeptical, but I read about it a little bit more, and their whole vibe was the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
Ah.
So I put it on, and it's awesome. It's just like this indie rock kind of creepy, like folky, like lots of organ and piano and like children's choir singing, and it's
Okay.
all like about ghosts and things like that. So,
And this was Ryan Gosling's band.
yeah.
Wow.
And he played him and his partner Zach played all the instruments on it, other than the kids singing in the background and stuff. And they
See, that's like a predated thing to like this kid from Stranger Things who's got a band. You heard
he's
about
like
that?
but he had a band before. I think he was even on Stranger Things.
I can't even give this band a listen because
But generally, a celebrity band is you're just like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
you're in a band, so you're gonna get famous 2 times now.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Like Johnny Depp's in a band, and you're like, come on, fuck that noise.
But like I've never heard
No,
anything
you don't
about
want it
his
to
band.
list good.
Keanu
And, like-
Reeves had a band.
Yeah, but I think his was like, well, I guess
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto he has a famous band, I guess.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson has an album. That girl from She and Him.
Mandy Moore.
Yeah, I think
Hilary Duff.
I think those are different because they're like Disney stars that do both. Anyway, the band is Dead Man's Bones, and the song is In the Room Where You Sleep.
Ooh, that sounds spooky, Mike.
It's spooky, scary.
Nice one to go out
Oh,
on.
we could have used Werewolf Bar Mitzvah.
I don't know that one either.
Tracy Morgan from like it's in 30 Rock.
No.
Anyway, we're not going to use it, but
I don't want to be an asshole anymore. That's the song. That's not how I feel. The Menzingers.
Dead Man's Bones with In the Room Where You Sleep. Stay cool and be excellent to each other, and have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
soul anymore. Baby, baby, I'll be good to you. I don't wanna be an asshole anymore. Baby, baby, I'll be good to you. I'll be good to you. I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good. I won't lie no more about where I've been, and I won't cry no more over the people that you're hanging with. You're the only lover that I ever missed, ever been hopelessly in love with. Look at this tangle of thorns. I don't wanna be an asshole anymore. Yeah, I don't wanna be an asshole anymore. Oh, no, no, no.
How long are you planning to stay in Reagan?
Until she rots and lies stinking in the earth.
I saw something sitting on your bed. I saw something touching your head in the room where you sleep. In the room where you sleep. Where you sleep. I saw something sitting on your bed. I saw something touching your head in the room where you sleep. In the room where you sleep. Where you sleep. Where you sleep. Where you sleep.
Good old Chuck.
Chuck.
Where was I? That's what I call Godzilla, Chuck.
Most people call him Charles.
No, Chuck. We're on.
You guys are good buddies.
Yeah.
He's such a good buddy. I just call him God.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That wasn't me faux pawing your pick. It was just me coughing. How's your cucumber? I don't like cucumbers. How's your cucumber? How's your cucumber? I don't like cucumbers. They were always so disappointing. How's your cucumber?
How's your cucumber?